Hello and welcome to a new series called the Reject Cycling Team. In this series, it is a career mode, and we will be taking riders that did not get a contract in the 2021 season, and that will be our starting team of 25. And then every year we have to wait till November, and then we can sign our riders. So every single year we have to take the rejects of that class of riders, the riders that did not get signed by anyone else. And I did a test that I just went through a season and saw what the caliber of riders were, and it is good enough to build a team around. It's a lot of young guys that we can work with, so we're going to have to do a lot of developing, and we can only take riders who did not get a contract, at least to start this season. So we look at our team here, and their starting attributes are as follows. So let's just take an overview look at our team. So the best climbers on the team are the 25-year-old, formerly on FDJ, Leo Vincent. Then we have the 27-year-old from Gazprom, Alexei Rybalkin. And then Schelling, who's from Israel Startup. He also has 72 Mountain. Thomas de Gond from Wanty, 72 Mountain. Danny Navarro from Startup Nation with 72 Mountain as well. So we have 5 riders 72. Stefan Rosetto from Cofidis. He's one of our leaders with 71 Mountain. And then Lionel Quintero, who is from nowhere. This is his first team, but he didn't have a contract, so he's on the team as well. So those are our best climbers. Now our best punchy riders are Jay McCarthy. So I'm really surprised by the fact that Jay McCarthy doesn't have a team, but he doesn't have a contract for 2021, so he counts. The 28-year-old is our clear leader with 77 hills. Then any new riders, Robbie Hucker, also 72 hills, the 30-year-old from Team Ukyo. Then we have Jerome Bayens, and he's from Canyon. He's pretty good puncher as well. Julien Vermont from Cofidis is pretty good well-rounder. He'll be helpful for our team, especially in Classic season. On time trialing part of it, we have Anton Vorobiev from Gazprom, so the 30-year-old Russian is one of our best TTers. We have Jakob Olsen, who won the Swedish time trial champs and has 71 time trial, but didn't have a team. The 22-year-old should be one of our best when it comes to the time trial and discipline, and maybe even stage racing in the future. Corentin Ermeral from France, the 24-year-old, is a pretty good TTer. We have Marco Matthys. The German is just a pure TTer. He's not really good at anything else. On the cobbles, we don't have much. We have Guillaume van Kiesbroek, who's very good. He's also one of our leaders, 72 cobble, 75 flat. So the Belgian will be very helpful. We have Greg Abola, who's good all-rounder, although he is 35, so he might get worse. We have Mikkel Raim and Axel Nomala, the duo from Estonia. So sad that Raim doesn't have a contract in real life, and he's one of my favorites. And Nomala as well, from Israel Startup Nation and Bingo. We've taken like 4 riders from Israel Startup Nation, but they weren't kind enough to give them contracts, so we'll take them in. And for the sprint, we have Raim is our best. Then we have Marco Benfato from Bardiani. He's pretty good. Julian Milano, young 23-year-old. Adrian Garel from B&B Hotels. Michael Paluta from CCC. He's all right. And, of course, we have Daniel Tekla-Hymenot, the absolute legend. He might not be the best rider, but he's the best in our hearts. So he's one of our best in terms of Baradur. He's really good at the breakaway, but he's more of a climber. He won't be the best rider, let's just put it that way, but he's vital to our team's success. And then we have, I think the last rider, Samuel Magisha, the 23-year-old Rwandan, who was not on a team before, so he's more of a climbing type. We'll see what we can do with him. So that's the overview of our team. I will make the calendar, set objectives, hire staffs, training camps, equipment, do all the dirty work, and I'll see you soon. So here we are in the first race of the season after I have done all of the planning. As you can see, set the objectives, got the calendar ready, staff training camps, all that good stuff. Now it's time to race. So the first race of the season is the Tom Trial Championships of Australia. It is a 37-kilometer course, and we have Robbie Hucker and Jay McCarthy. McCarthy's has 69 Tom Trial, Hucker has 63, so maybe a top 10 for McCarthy. That would be our goal. Let's get into it. Here we are in the Australian National Championships. Hucker's not on a great day, but so far, Team Bike Exchange is 1 through 4 and almost a minute ahead of number 5. So Bike Exchange, formerly known as Mitchelton Scott, is destroying the field, as expected. And I don't think Robbie Hucker can change that, but we're still looking forward to McCarthy. But yeah, Australia NC Tom Trials might just be completely swept. Oh no, Cameron Worth from Ineos goes into second, so good ride by Worth to break up the 1 through 5 they had going. So here, Hucker comes. It looks like 74 is the way to go for him. And yeah, Hucker's not going to matter. So he's in 26th, pretty far down. So let's focus on McCarthy and just have Hucker ride to the line. McCarthy, ooh, he has a chance at a top 10 here. I think a really good chance. Maybe even 75. I put my Australians' preparation on very high so they could be in good form for this race, and everyone else is just on normal. So all my other riders are going to be on kind of bad form for a while, but the Australians, these two, are going to be really good out of the gate, so that's cool to see. Jay McCarthy with 71 Tom Trial, 72 flat, and 70 resistance. We are 5 kilometers until the intermediate checkpoint. Let's see where we're at, and we are 5th place, 48 seconds behind the leader Michael Matthews, but only 8 seconds behind Richie Port, which is crazy that we're that close. 9 seconds behind Ben O'Connor, but we're right there with Michael Hepburn, so we got to try and beat him. We've moved down to 8th place, and with 5 kilometers to go, Rowan Dennis comes through, and everyone's came through, and we're in 10th. But I don't think we spent the energy right. Oh, we put too much. And we're going to pay the price with McCarthy. We end up 5th. We should beat these guys. Ben O'Connor will probably go ahead of us. Oh, he does, but just barely. Haig will. Haas won't. Miles Scottson will. And then Durbridge and Rowan Dennis are the only ones left. So it looks like we will get 10th place with Jay McCarthy. Oh, but no, we don't. Because Hepburn got a tiebreaker. Oh, I'm so sad. McCarthy was so close. Poor McCarthy. Hepburn got him, so let's not pay attention to that. That's pretty sad. And our next race is the Road Championships, which fits McCarthy and Hucker really well. So here we are in the National Championships of Australia, and boy do I have good news for you. McCarthy's on a +2 with 79 hill, and Hucker is on 76 hill, and I think we're just going to protect Jay McCarthy, and if the gap to the breakaway gets too large, Hucker will chase, but hopefully Bike Exchange does all of the chasing work for us. See you when things heat up, but it looks good for McCarthy. Here we are heading into the last 13 kilometers. McCarthy is basically on full energy, and Hucker looks pretty good too, and we're about to go to the climb the final time, and we're going to just try and light this thing up because 36 riders is way too much. We are a good sprinter, but with the likes of Caleb Ewan, who will probably survive, we got to try and drop them and attack. So that's what we will do. Hucker setting a quick tempo. We dropped a couple, but not enough. 33 riders. Now we're lapping some of the weaker ones. Hucker goes to the front. And can McCarthy, can he pull out a little attack? Let's see. So we'll drop Hucker completely. And he's kind of our backup plan. He's still good. McCarthy did not get quite the gap I was hoping for. And he's tracked down by Rob Stannard. So now with 6 kilometers to go, Hucker's going to try and bring us to the front and really try and hurt this group. So with 5K, it's basically all downhill. Maybe try and split the field. Is Ewan still here? Well, it's going to be really hard to win with Caleb Ewan, so we'll just do our best. But there's really nothing we can do. Maybe we should have put some more pressure on beforehand. But yeah, nothing we can do now. Hucker will sprint, and then Jay McCarthy maybe a little early. But we got to try something crazy. And he's going to do it. Is Jay McCarthy going to do it ahead of Ewan? Will we be Australian National Champion? Yes, we will. Jay McCarthy with his 79 hill rating. Just beating Caleb Ewan and Robert Stannard on the line. Oh, that is so awesome. Jay McCarthy, what a win. That is so cool. I've never won the Australian National Champs before. So that'll be really cool to have that jersey. What a teammate. And what a ride by Robbie Hucker. Big shout out for him. And McCarthy capitalized. He did so well. And I really thought Ewan was going to pass us because of his sprint. But we went a little early and we held on. And McCarthy had the hill stat to do it. So great race. Awesome start to the season. I'm excited. And wow, just great stuff from Jay McCarthy and Robbie Hucker. So here we are in the La Tropicale Amisa Bongo, which is a 7-stage race, and it's all sprint stages. And our team here consists of Garel, who's a pretty good sprinter, Paluta, Tekla Hymanot, Benfato, Milano, Nomala, and Sam Magisha. So that's the squad. Today's leader is probably going to be Milano and Benfato, I would assume. Our guys are not on really good form, so that's not great. And also, Corentin Hermenal, our young French TTer, unfortunately got injured, so he'll miss really all of February, so that's unfortunate for him. But it's not a terrible injury, but that is rough for the young Frenchman. His start of the season will be delayed. But anyways, we'll just ride this pretty easily and see what we can do in the sprint finish. So here we are setting up for the sprint finish. We'll set up our train with Magisha and Garel starting it off because they are on terrible race days, and we will finish with Marco Benfato. He's not wonderful, and he's on a -1, but he's our best sprinter, tied with Mikel Raim, and the 33-year-old Italian has the best sprint on the team because Milano has this as an objective, so he's expected to race day +1, but he's not quite on good form, so it's basically like a 0. And Magisha's trying to get us to the front. We just caught Matteo Jorgensen, who was the last rider from the breakaway. Sean Bennett falls for Quebeca. Hopefully he's all right. He continues on. We're approaching 10 kilometers. The main competitors here are Ryan Gibbons, Phil Bauhaus, Leinhard, Stefan Bischiger, and Marco Haller. So around 75 sprint, which is definitely better than us, but we have a chance at a podium for sure. Magisha uses the rest of his energy, and he is done. Now Garel will do what he can. Maybe 99 is a little too strong, but oh well. He's going for it. Tekla is up next. Garel has a little bit longer. I think I have too many riders here, so we're definitely going to go 99. Yeah, we have 5 riders for 5K. As Tekla goes, there's a little bit of a downhill to the finish, so we got to keep that in mind, but there's also uphills here, so we don't want to destroy Benfato with Tekla. And that'll have to be it for him. Baluta put in a dig, and honestly, just sprint. Baluta's going, Nomala, Julian Milano, and then Marco Benfato. Oh, what am I doing? Way too early. But there is a downhill. Will we still win? Ethan Hayter's coming up. It's gonna be so close. Oh, on the line. Ethan Hayter beats us with Hamza Grondal Janssen and then Emils Lappens. Oh, that's so sad. I just went way too early and the downhill almost bailed me out. But not quite. So good stuff from Benfato. That proves that we have a shot. But just beat slightly by Ethan Hayter, who has the better stats. So that is definitely understandable. And there also might have been gaps in the field, which is great, because if some sprinters were caught behind, that will get time bonuses later. They won't be in it for the overall, because there's no climbing stages. It's all just sprint stuff. Last Rwandan rider through. Let's see if there was gaps in the field. Hayter won. Oh, there was. Only 26 riders on same time, and all of mine except for Magisha were there. So that's awesome. And that's the only gap, but they all lose a minute. And riders like Bauhaus, Rybashenko, Peidcock, they will be completely out of it for the overall. So that's great. We narrowed it down, and let's see if we can improve on that with Marco Benfato. So here we are coming into the sprint, and our team fell back very far on the climb, so Magisha's really going to have to bring us up to the front and fast. That's just setting up the train. Benfato is on a slightly better day today, so that is very nice. Gadel will be our lead-out man for today, and yeah, Magisha, let's get up here. So the format I'm going to do for these episodes is that we will do one large race, so whether that is like La Tropicale Music Bongo, it's 7 stages, and maybe with a couple classics. But to keep things simple and understandable, I'm just going to do one race at a time. So whatever the biggest races that's going on at that moment is what I'll do. So in the future, we're going to have lots of races going at the same time. But I'll pick the most exciting one that I think, and we'll go with that. And this was a terrible idea to go with Magisha. He was too far down in the field, and they're just going to get away, and we're going to lose. Just simply, Magisha's not fast enough. So Tekla, can he chase down Sergio Henao? Eros Capecchi is ruining my day. Come on, guys. Go, go, go. Some of these guys just aren't fast enough. Ah, we were caught out on that climb, and we will get back in. So we're going to be in it. And Axel Nomala, what a ride by him. He takes us straight to the front. This climb's going to hurt our guys, but Nomala is not a good climber, so hopefully he shouldn't do too much damage. So here we go. And it's kind of just downhill from here. So Baluta, he's a good downhiller, so that's good news. Maybe we'll go for Gardel. We have Milano. We're just going to sprint with everyone. Everyone sprint. Oh, it's one of these turning stages. We're going to win it. I think with Baluta. Baluta, the 25-year-old Pole, in a pretty, in a finish that you have to be at front to win. We'll go 1 through 5. And we took the front of the race, and that's how you win the stage. So maybe a little cheeky, but a win nonetheless for Baluta, and that's great for him, as he's not one of our leaders. So cool to see Mikael Baluta win, and maybe even there's a gap. So even more riders will lose time, and we will go 1 through 5 in the overall. Who knows? There's still plenty of stages to go, plenty of things that could go wrong, but I mean 1 through 5, that's pretty silly, but also pretty good, I'd say. And were there gaps? I forgot to check. And there were no gaps. So all same time, except for one guy. So it's still 26 riders in contention, but Mikael Paluta takes the lead of this race ahead of Ethan Hayter. Let's go. So checking in to La Tropicala Mizabongo Stage 3, we have a split in the peloton. 64 riders down. Alex Kirsch, Kukuleta, Kankowski, Niwa Hayes are all caught behind, so definitely some good riders, and we're going to try and help this gap grow. So we have Megisha, Tekla Hymenot, Milano, Paluta, and then Nomala, Benfato, and then Garel, who's on a +3, is our leader, and it's a little punchy, which is perfect for Garel with his 72 hill. So we're going to have Sam Megisha try and make this race really explode on this little undulation here. And he's a decent climber. He's had terrible race days, which is just really unlucky because he's expected race day of 0, but he struggled with that. And we're catching the breakaway Vieja. We have Luis Mas and Demon Arnesman. But Sam Megisha is about to run out of gas. And now we're on to Daniel Tekla Hymenot. So let's see what he can do with Milano and his wheel. And the group is back together, but still some riders have been dropped. Not everyone's back together. And maybe lots of these other riders at the back are tired, like Kukuleta. Hopefully they don't have as much to give in the sprint. That is my hope as we still try and pound it with Daniel Tekla Hymenot, the legend himself. 99 just for his last little bit. And Daniel is done. And we have Julian Milano, who doesn't have much energy. Benfato's jerseys, it's a very nice pink. You like to see it. Milano's just running out of energy. All my guys are running out of yellow bar, which kind of shows how hard of a stage this has been, especially for one classified as a sprint stage. And we can't go that hard because we only have 4 riders left. Nomlan, Benfato, and Paluta all kind of struggling on the energy front. So let's just catch Luis Mas, keep ourselves at the front, and then really turn the screw once we get closer to 4K or so, I'd say. And Paluta will keep going as there's some downhills, which bodes well for him. So now we can probably go up to 99, as the downhills will allow us to recuperate a lot of the energy we're losing. Paluta is done, and he runs out of yellow bar too, so everyone's going their absolute maximum. Actual Nomala, maybe don't kill Benfato. Benfato might be struggling slightly. Nomala starts sprinting on the downhill. Benfato will lead out Garel. I like Garel's chances. Benfato's done. Anthony Garel. Can we beat Carlos Barbero? The answer is no. Emils Lipin's coming up. Conti. Oh, Ryan Gibbon explodes. And we went too early. That's okay. Maybe we can sneak in a podium with Garel. Oh, Emils, the Latvian, just takes it from us. But a top 5 with Adrian is still pretty good. And this race really split apart. And sadly, Paluta, the yellow jersey, is on the bad side of the gap. And he'll probably lose that jersey, so we might have to go for Garel in the overall standings. Because Paluta struggled there. Lots of our riders just completely ran out of energy. Benfato, who was at the front with 2K to go, finished 48th. So he completely died. And all of Iraq's cycling project is at the back there. And we did get 4th. What are the gaps? No gaps. Okay, one gap at 68th place that involves most of our team, 4 of them. So that's not good, but Benfato's still in 4th, Garel's in 6th, and Nomala made the cut too. So let's try and do well in the overall. with these three riders, and there's only 21 in the fight for the win. In the points classification, we are 2, 3, and 4, right up there with Hayter. And Goodell's second and under 25, and we are one of the only 3 teams to be in it in the team classification. So, as we are in the middle of La Tropicale Amisa Bongo, we just got teams for a lot of big races, and unfortunately, we will not be attending the Tour de France, or Paris-Roubaix, or Paris-Nice, or Critérium de Dauphiné, also none of the French races, but we will be going to Liège-Bastogne-Liège and La Flèche-Wallonne, so at least we get a couple nice Belgian classics in there to look forward to. So some cool World Tour races. Wanted to update you on that, and let's get into stage 4. As we approach the final 9 kilometers, we have our sprint chain lined up once again, led by Sam Magisha, and then he's done. So now we'll go on to Tekla Hymenot. And after La Tropicale Amisa Bongo, I think we have La Vuelta a San Juan, which will be a more interesting race, just generally more different styles of racing, not just sprints, but I thought it'd be good to get to know the riders, get to know some of the sprinters early on in the season, and it's our first race after the Australian National Championships. And we're going to have way too many riders, so honestly, I'm just going to let Peluta do whatever. But Milano, no, I can't sprint this early. We're going to go with Namla, just have some of the other guys. I should probably get them out of the way. And then Namla with 2, oh, I forgot to use gels. But with 2K to go, Namla starts sprinting for us. Garel's on a good day. And our lead out man will go now. And Marco Benfato, our man, can he do it? Can he beat Giovanni Visconti? Or will it be Garel? Will Garel beat Visconti? On the line, we're just beaten. Benfato just could not get around. He couldn't find an open lane, and the veteran Italian from Bardiani wins it. And Peluta and Milano are gonna get dropped, because that is my bad. But wow, we were so close. We do take second and third, though, and Benfato will gain 4 seconds in the overall, which is very important. So, hopefully, we can be in the top 2 of the overall now. But good race, just got blocked kind of by Visconti, then by Garel, and Garel almost beat Visconti to the line. But just not quite, and we are in second, same time with 5 different riders with both Garel and Benfato, so it's going to be really close for the overall these last races. But Garel does have the green jersey, or at least the points classification, and the young rider, and we are still in it with the team. Here we are heading into the final of stage 5. Today was a way shorter stage and very uneventful. And let's see what we can do. We have lots of good race days, but our guys aren't really in form, so it's not affecting their overalls too much. Even though Peluta's on a +4, he only gets +1 to sprint acceleration, but he's still better than usual. Everyone except for Magisha, who's had like a bad race day every single day. And we're in his home country, or not home country, home continent. And there aren't that many races in Africa, so I was hoping him and Tekla Hymenot would have good days, and Tekla Hymenot, he found it. He found the good spirits. But here we go with Peluta. Benfato lost a little bit of red. Maybe we went slightly too difficult. Yeah, maybe we don't quite have enough riders. So we're going to ride just 99 with Garel, and then sprint just for a bit. I picked Namla today because he's just better, and I thought that was more important because our main focus in the overall is Benfato anyways. So here we go with Namla. He leads out Marco Benfato. No one's close. Marco Benfato has won his first stage of La Tropicale Amisa Bongo and his first race in the Reject Cycling Team. Our second stage win and our 4th podium. Good race by Marco Benfato, beating Giovanni Visconti, who got us last time, and Fabian Lienhard, the Swissman from Groupama FDJ. Great race, great lead out by Axel Nomola as well. Credit to the Estonian. He was very important in that win, and that's great that we now have 2 wins out of the first 6 stages. With 1 to go, we are now going to have the leader's jersey going into the final race. And great win by Benfato, but it's still close. Visconti's only 4 seconds down, so we gotta beat the 38-year-old. The 2 veteran Italians dueling it out in La Tropicale Amisa Bongo. So as we go into the finale of the last stage in this race, we have a group that fell that involved Fabian Leinhard and Tupalik, and Elkov and FDJ both sent back their whole entire teams. So we're going to go a little early because their whole teams have gone back, and hopefully we can take 2 possible competitors out of this race right here. Garel will be our lead-out man, and then we have Benfato. We've kind of had the same train. We switched up Milano, Garel, and Nomola a bit, but it's been pretty similar this whole time. Megisha always gets us to the front. The breakaway, it's had 5 riders, including Timon Arnesman, easily the best in it, and also he's been in the breakaway like every day, so he's doing really well in the KOM classification. He's even 6th in the points. That's how much he's been in the break. But Megisha leading out the peloton, catching these guys. They're running out of gas. We'll up it to 94 just for the last little bit. Megisha's done. Tekla Hymenot, not on a good day, but still good enough to go second. EF's coming up. Who do they have again? Jens Kukalera. Oh no, Stefan Bischiger. He's pretty good. So you gotta watch out for him. He's definitely better than Benfato. And it does not look like this group will come back, and even if they do catch us, they're not going to make it to the front of the race. So that's good news. Will Barta hitting it hard at the front, but Daniel Tekla Hymenot is fighting, even if he doesn't quite have the stats. So Polita's gel's kicking in, so I want to use him now. Nomola, use his gel. Our Polish guy, 25-year-old Polita. 26-year-old Nomola, 23-year-old Milano, 24-year-old Garel. So we have a very young lead-out train, then a veteran sprinter in Benfato. We generally have a young team here, as Tekla Hymenot is the only other veteran, as Megisha is also only 23 years old. And Benfato has full red bar, even if Milano's struggling, which is unfortunate, and Nomola is done. So now we go on to Julian Milano, and I will not pause it from here. 2.2k to go. Milano gives it his all. Then we get Garel. Then Marco Benfato with 1k to go. He takes off. Can he beat Emil Leipens? Yes, he can, and Benfato, in convincing fashion, will win La Tropicale Amisa Bongo. What a race, and what a finish to this event. So to recap this race, Benfato wins stage. Oh, that was stage 6. Oh, I thought it was the last stage. Anyways, we have 1 more to go. My bad. But Benfato still wins 2 more in a row. Garel got 6th, Milano 8th. And currently, we are 14 seconds ahead, so as long as we don't crash, we will also win this race, and we will win the points classification. So great job. Garel might also win the youth. So we've done very well so far, and we have 1 more stage to go, and it is another flat one. So after 6 stages of La Tropicale Amisa Bongo, we had the overall sealed up, and then my computer crashed, so we don't get to see the last stage, but spoiler alert, Axel Nomola got 3rd place, Marco Benfato got 4th, because Benfato was on a bad day, so we went for Nomola. He did pretty well. But most importantly, we won the overall of the race. We won the points classification. We won the young riders. We did all of those things. It was a great job by our team in all of these sprint stages. And yeah, so we're not going to do San Juan because it's just continental teams. and that was my plan, but it's just South American Conti teams, no Pro Conti or World Tour teams there. So next episode will be these 4 Spanish Classics, Race Torque, and Grand Prix Marseille. And I'm not going to do ITT of Colombia because we literally only have Milano, who's terrible. But we will do the other 6 Classics, and we're looking forward to that. I am. And as we look at our team, these are all riders that were not given a spot on any team this year. And I definitely want to change that, especially poor Mikael Raim. I follow his Twitter. He's a great rider. He's only 27. And the Viking, he really just wants a team. Just give him a team, any Pro Continental or World Tour team. And he's so many wins, underappreciated. I think his stats, he's way underrated. But Mikael Raim's great rider, and we did the first stage of San Juan, and he won it. Boom. He's 1 for 1, 100% win rate. That's what you'll get from Mikael. So sign the Viking. Any teams that ever watch this, probably not, but do it. He deserves it. But anyways, that is this week's episode of the Rejects Cycling Team. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you're looking forward to next time, as I am. And stay safe out there, and bye for now.